This weekend, big weekend in the NFL, a big weekend for people who gamble, whoever they are.
Yeah.
know.
I'm just saying.
Frowned upon. So let's take a quick look at matchups this weekend. Our analysis should be discounted. I was going to say take it with a grain of salt, but you should.
No.
Yeah, that's
don't believe us at all.
That's crazy talk. Just
we've never had any success in this, but let's have fun anyway.
Right. All right. So NFC matchups this weekend: the Saints and the Seahawks in Seattle. Seahawks at 7-9, first under 500 team to qualify for the playoffs. Saints a 10.5-point favorite in Seattle. You feel very strongly about this game.
I do, except my site, my friend's site has it at 11, which is really grating on the nerves because I want the Saints. I think the Saints are going to crush them by 37 points.
Well, then what does it matter?
I hear you. So you always want the extra half point.
Oh, no, of course. And interestingly, Chris Ivory and Pierre Thomas, both on IR, both done for the year. So all of a sudden, we're into a running back situation of Julius Jones, Liddell Betts, and Reggie Bush. Makes a difference.
It does make a difference.
Yeah.
That's why the 10.5 and 11 makes a difference.
It does, totally, yeah.
Yeah, and look, Seattle's tough at home. They've always been tough at home, So you never know, and that's why they play the game.
They haven't been tough at home this year.
I know, just historically.
Historically, yes.
Right. Come on, the Saints have to crush them, right?
It's hard to believe that they won't, that a team that bad when it gets to be, the Seahawks have lost 9 games this year. They've lost every one of those games by more than 2 touchdowns.
Oh, come on.
Every one of them.
And
we might have Charlie Whitehurst in a playoff game when we now have had a whole game to scout him.
Oh, come on.
Seems unlikely.
It doesn't look like they have any chance.
Other NFC game, Packers at the Eagles. The Eagles home and a 2.5-point favorite over the Packers.
It says Wildcard Weekend on there, but don't believe it. This might actually be the NFC Championship game.
Okay. Really? So whoever wins this game just automatically gets to go to the Super Bowl?
I hear they have to play a couple more games, but there's certainly an argument to be made that these are the 2 best teams in the NFC. Because look, the Saints have the running back issue. Chicago's been playing great at home. Atlanta's a great at home. Don't discount them. I'm just saying those are 2 great teams. I'm going with the Eagles though. I think the Eagles are going to turn it back around, and they had a slight problem at the end of the season. I think they're going to come out roaring in the playoffs.
Yeah, obviously there's some dispute of whether Michael Vick will play. It seems like he'll play. I find it hard to believe he won't as to what strength he'll be at. And that makes a big difference. If he's tentative running, it makes a huge difference. Packers, for all the talk about how great the Packers are playing, they barely beat the Bears at home. With the
Bears having no motivation.
And the Bears trying, but who knows how, right. I mean, they played their players, but we don't know the significance of their motivation. So I actually find the Packers, everybody uses that term scary. Okay, they're good, and they can obviously beat anybody. They can also lose to anybody. So the notion that they're going to win 3 straight games on the road, which is what they'd have to do, because if they win, they automatically get the Falcons. So they would go beating Philadelphia, then beating Atlanta, then coming back and beating either Chicago or New Orleans on the road too. Not going to happen.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Packers aren't going to make it all the way. No way. And you know what? Their offense is not that good. I mean, partly because of injuries, if they had Jermichael Finley the whole way, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm just not buying their offense that much. I've seen so many games where they peter out for reasons I can't quite understand.
Yeah, so I don't know who I like, but it's an interesting line. If Vic plays, I lean that way. If Vic
after
plays
what you said, you got to go Eagles.
Yeah, you got to go Eagles. All right, so AFC, we'll start with the game. We'll end with the game we talked about. So the Ravens and the Chiefs. The Chiefs at home in Arrowhead, but they're a 3-point underdog to the Ravens. Ravens a 3-point favorite there.
This is the most irrelevant game of the weekend because these guys aren't going anywhere. If they go to play in New England or in Pittsburgh, certainly the Chiefs will definitely lose. They can beat the Ravens, but they can't beat anybody else. Not because they're a bad team, it's just the other teams are better. The Ravens could beat someone else, but they're not going to the Super Bowl.
I've been doing a lot of gambling reading about like what the sharps do, the guys who play big money and study this as their lives. And when they see a home underdog in a playoff game, this obviously doesn't happen all the time, but they see a home underdog in a playoff game where that team is the better rushing team.
Oh, okay.
They love it.
That's
so
interesting.
So you got the Chiefs at home getting 3 points, and they're a much better rushing team.
Yeah.
So they love that.
No, that's a great point. I'm actually convinced of that.
And they were all over that team early. And
you almost made my friend want to bet on that game.
So I was intrigued by that. The counterpoint to that that I also read is what's interesting is that what team in the history of the NFL has survived on defensive reputation longer? I mean, the Ravens is like it's still 2001.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, the Ravens' defense is awesome, but it isn't.
Right. It's on occasion it'll be
Sure,
very good.
you get moments and games.
Right, and on occasion it won't be so good.
Right, and you'll see the Bengals put together drive after drive after drive on them sometime, and you'll be like, what the hell's going on?
Right. What's going on is 9 years later.
Right. What's going on? Ray Lewis, like 48 years old.
Right.
That said, the Ravens are better. What their weakness is against the pass. What they're good at is stopping the run. And you figure if you're able to stop the Chiefs' running game to some extent, then you're making Matt Castle and Dwayne Bowe beat you. What makes Matt Castle and Dwayne Bowe good is that the running game opens it up. Then you figure the Ravens have an advantage if they stop the run. So really the issue in that game becomes, can the Chiefs run the ball? If they can run the ball, they win. If they don't, the Ravens win.
All right, you've swung me to KC, but not enough that my friend would make a bet either way.
So your friend's not betting?
How
do you know that? You haven't even talked to him.
Well, we're earpiece.
Earpiece, all right.
We're communicating.
Jets in Indianapolis, the Rex Ray. Now, all of a sudden, there's all this. And you know the freaking announcers are going to be talking about this. Oh, it's personal. Colts, 2.5 over the Jets.
Again, my friend's site has it at 3, which is driving me crazy because I like the Jets. Look, could I be wrong on this? Definitely. This is the game that I could most likely to be wrong on, although pick them, right? But the Colts usually do great in the first round of the playoffs. They usually crush in the first round. But you know what? I just think the Jets are a better team. They've won more games. I think their defense is definitely better. Too many people are hurt on the Colts. On the other hand, they're at home, and they got Manning.
The Manning is 5-1 against Rex Ryan coached defenses.
Right, that's huge.
And the only loss was the Week 16 game, I believe last year, where they pulled the starters. Yeah. And he was up. They were up at halftime. Manning played great. He's played great in 5 of the 6 games. One of the wins he didn't play great in a playoff game. So man, it's not like Rex Ryan has found some great way to shut down Peyton Manning.
No, the reverse.
No knock there. Who has?
Right.
So I agree with you. That said, it seems like everything sort of points, except the Colts have won 4 in a row, and I just have this sense that they're going to score 38 points. Like that there's some chance that...
Entirely possible.
That you're like, oh yeah, the Colts, discount them, it's not their year, here comes Rex Ryan and the Jets. Oh, look at that, 38-17.
It's very possible. The only reason my friend will bet on the Jets is because my friend has a history of betting against the Colts and would like to keep that history going. I don't want the Colts losing, and I didn't make a dime off it.
Because you keep losing betting against the Colts, and just one time, you want Peyton Manning to feel that. Just one time.
No, my friend.
Right, I understand.
Okay, I want the shoe to be on the other foot for my friend.
Right.